I'm Nadira Asila binti Muhammad Zamri, number matrix 069085. In this video, I will talk about reproductive system. So, in female reproductive system, we have broad ligament, round ligament, and ovarian ligament. So, let's jump into the detail. First, ovarian ligament. The ovarian ligament is one of the ligaments that holds each ovary within the peritoneal cavity. The ovarian ligaments anchors the ovary to the uterus. Smooth muscle and connective tissue make up the ovarian ligaments, each one attached to the uterine end of the ovary with which it is associated. So, this is the picture of ovarian ligament. Next, round ligament. The round ligaments are two bands between 10 and 12 cm in length, situated in front of and below the uterine tube. Each consists principally of muscular tissue prolonged from the uterus, also of some fibrous and areolar tissue, besides blood vessels, lymphatic and nerves, enclosed in a duplication of peritoneum. So, this is a picture of round ligament. Next is broad ligament. The broad ligament serves as a mesentery for the uterus, ovaries, and the uterine tubes. It helps in maintaining the uterus in its position, but it is not a major contributing factor. It extends from the lateral pelvic wall on both sides and folds over the internal female genitalia, covering their surface anteriorly and posteriorly. So, this is a picture of broad ligament. Next part, I will talk about the position and support of the uterus. It has anteverted uterus and retroverted uterus. So, let's go into the detail. An anteverted uterus is when your uterus tilts forward at your cervix. Your uterus plays a critical role in your reproductive system. This upside-down pear-shaped organ is responsible for holding a baby during pregnancy and is a vital part of menstruation. It's located between your bladder and your rectum in your pelvis, although its exact positioning varies. A uterus being anteverted simply describes its position within your pelvis. If your uterus is anteverted, the top part of your uterus is aimed at your pubic bone and your cervix is aimed towards your rectum. An anteverted uterus typically sits on top and slightly behind the bladder and in front of your rectum. Your uterus being in an anteverted position doesn't cause any health complications. It's considered a typical position of the uterus. You likely will not know your uterus is shaped this way until your healthcare provider tells you. In some cases, an anteverted uterus has a forward tilt that is severe. This can put pressure on your pelvis and cause discomfort during sex or menstruation. Next is retroverted uterus. A retroverted uterus means your uterus is tilted or tipped backward, so it curves toward your spine instead of forward toward your abdomen. Your uterus is the organ where a baby grows during pregnancy. It's shaped like an upside-down pear and sits in your pelvis between your bladder and your rectum. Its exact position in your pelvis varies among people and can change, especially during pregnancy. To get a better idea of how a retroverted uterus lies in your pelvis, think of your uterus like the letter U. In a retroverted uterus, the curved part of the U is aimed at your lower back. The opening of the U is your cervix. If your uterus is retroverted, your cervix is aimed toward your belly. It's more typical for the curved part of the U to be aimed toward your belly and your cervix to be pointed toward your rectum. A retroverted uterus is also called a tipped uterus or tilted uterus. You can be born with a retroverted uterus, or it can develop later in life. Some people never know they have a retroverted uterus because they don't have symptoms. In some cases, you will have symptoms that may require treatment by your healthcare provider. This condition rarely causes health complications and is not a cause for worry. That's all from me. Thank you for watching this video.